Hi everyone, I am Sierra, your WIC peer counselor in Tompkins County. Happy World Breastfeeding Week. I am sharing a video with you today of a conversation I had with Andrea, the co-founder of Simplifed, a virtual lactation and nutrition service in Ithaca. The women there are really fabulous, so I hope you enjoy our conversation and yeah, have a great day.
That's amazing. That's so amazing. I read a little bit when Summer told me about Simply Fed. She's like, you should probably try to talk to them. I was like, okay. So I Googled you guys and I came to your guys' Facebook page, and then I looked at your website, and all three of you women are so qualified and have such interesting backgrounds. I think you guys are a beautiful light for not only the community in Tompkins, but obviously thinking outside of Tompkins. Because we are so lucky to have such a little nice little group of such amazing support. It's just amazing. But yeah, there's a lot of moms outside of Tompkins County that really could use it. So that's amazing. That's so.
With each baby.
I would love to know more about your breastfeeding journey, your personal breastfeeding journey, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I had my daughter, May, it was all, frankly, such a big surprise. Just the whole it's unlike anything you've done before.
Yeah.
And so I thankfully was, we had our daughter here at Cayuga Birthplace, and we had amazing support there. But I will tell you, those first couple nights in the hospital, and you're trying to breastfeed, and you're trying to get things going, and it's I don't think I've ever experienced anything quite like it from a challenging perspective. And it's just something that is so different than anything you've experienced before, that you can't just will yourself to do it, right? I'm a hard worker, and I'm very lucky. I have amazing support with my family and friends, but it's something that you can't just will your way to do. It's a muscle that you have to build and learn. And it's like working out, right? You can't just run a marathon. You got to work on it. And so I had great support in the hospital, but it was challenging. The nurses and lactation consultants there, I very much heavily leaned on that call button. And then
me too.
Yeah. And then, you go to your well visit, and my daughter May was born early. And so we went to the well visit, and it's typical that babies drop weight. But she was dropping weight, and, honestly, and I wasn't producing enough. And I honestly felt like I failed at my first task as a mom. And and that was a lot, right? That was a lot to deal with. And there's a lot of emotions there. And so, leaned on Nina, and she presented different options, and she did so, IBCLC, that she did so in such an open way and a patient way. And, this is 3 days after you've given birth. So it's all sorts of feelings, and she helps troubleshoot and think through different options. And I'm very lucky that I have a partner that was very collaborative and wanted to be part of this journey too, and be supportive. And so, I worked with her, and also then just kept troubleshooting, and then I also lean on friends and peers to help coach me through. And so, but it's hard. It's a struggle, and it's not easy.
No, I feel you so much on that, when you're speaking about feeling like you failed as a mother, like your first job of you're supposed to do this and you're struggling, and that feeling of failure can creep in so fast.
Very rewarding experience, but it's challenging, and I think there's a lot of stigma associated with it. And so just getting the opportunity to work with a team to help support you, and whoever is part of that team, maybe it's a peer counselor, maybe it's an IBCLC, maybe it's your partner, maybe it's a physician. And so building your little tribe and team, and not having to go at it alone, is so important.
You guys are doing at Simply Fed to celebrate World Breastfeeding Week this year?
So one of the things that we want to do is share and bring transparency to all the amazing resources that you do have access to as a new parent or a pregnant parent. So one of the things I mentioned was that we're writing blogs right now and articles to share the process of, the rights that you have through the Affordable Care Act to access breast pumps through your insurance or lactation support through your insurance. So that's one thing we're doing. Second thing we're doing is we're sharing blogs, just exactly, what's in breast milk. Like, we know that it's this amazing substance and it's full of all these incredible bioactives, but what are those bioactives doing? And why are those positive things as well? And then the last thing we're doing from more of a systematic standpoint is I'm working with a team of women who are thinking about, how do we bring systems change? How do we advocate for paid parental leave so that parents have access to protected time without any concerns of, not bringing in a paycheck to be with your baby after your baby's born, so that you can work with your baby, also focus on breastfeeding, because as we all know with breastfeeding, it's a very time-intensive activity, and we should give out carved out time for that. So we're writing articles, doing advocacy surrounding getting paid parental leave, so that parents have that protected time. We also know that paid parental leave is shown with better health outcomes for babies as well, because you have that time to be with your baby for a variety of reasons. And another thing that we're working on is, how do we integrate breastfeeding medicine as a specialty, as a department in medicine? The breast is an organ, and sometimes we don't think of it that way or give it that time and attention in medicine as it deserves. And so working with some physicians and other stakeholders to do some advocacy work on how do we further integrate breastfeeding as a medical discipline and bring more breastfeeding education into medical schools and residency programs, so that we do hold up breastfeeding as its own medical discipline, as its own specialty, as its own department.
That's amazing. That is so cool. I love everything that I love that you just said that the breast is an organ. Like, I have never thought of it like that. And I'm totally going to approach it from that point now, because it's just like the placenta.
Love everything you just said, because one of the things that people don't realize about WIC is that 50% of all babies in the United States are on WIC. Mm-hmm. And it should be more, because this is setting up our citizens with the strongest foundation possible that they can. Yeah. And so more support is needed. To me, this is one of the best investments of US dollars and taxpayer dollars, because this sets everyone else on an equal footing. And so the more we can do to help support babies, the better for our society, that it will allow them to thrive and be healthy and confident and have a good education and go get a job and contribute. And so I think the more that we can do to support our babies in the US, the better our society will be as a whole. And so, and I think that it is such an incredible resource. And
Andrea.
Oh my gosh, thank you. This was such a blast. This was
amazing. And my son Mason's waving to you as he's saying bye. It was so good to talk.
So good to talk to you, and let me know if I can help support your efforts in any way.
Thank you.
Because I appreciate you and just love all that you're doing with peer support. It just, that model just works. When I worked at the VA, peer support programs, we know work. And so
they really do.
Just applaud you for everything you do for moms and parents, because it's just so important. So thank you.
It really is. And the same goes for you. Like, the work you're doing is amazing. And you guys are gonna just be amazing to this community in Ithaca, but also outside of Ithaca, which is the best part. We have so many great supports in Ithaca, but
exactly. And how do we support that ecosystem to realize that vision of supporting all moms and babies? So goodness.
Well,
oh my gosh, he's the best. Look at, he's such a climber.
He is. You want to say bye, Max?
Bye.
Bye, Maggie. Bye, Mason.
It was great to chat, Andrea.
It was so great chatting with you. I hope you have the best day.
Nice. The
Yeah.
number 2.
We hope you have we hope you have a great day.
Team, oh my gosh, it's like the best call. Like, oh my God.